Hello class, my name is Adam Needens and this is my introduction video for EDL 853 Special Education for Building Administrators. A little bit about myself, my background here. I am married to my wife Megan. We have two little kids, a boy who is 3 and a little girl who is 1, and we also have one little dog. We live in Lyons, Kansas, and I am currently in my 9th year of teaching, 4th grade. All 9 years have been in 4th grade at the same school. I am the head high school baseball coach as well as the head middle school boys basketball coach, and I also do the public address announcing for the varsity football and basketball games. My educational demographics for where I'm at in USD 405 Lyons, we are a 3A school. I currently teach in a building that is 3 through 5. We have about 180 students in our building right now. Our student population, we have about 25% of our students are an ELL population and about 75% are on free and or reduced lunch. We are currently in our Gemini process. We started this last year and reading through some of those articles is kind of funny reading those because it's really hitting home because our school is really struggling with change right now. Last year we went through a whole lot of changes and our school was about 50-50 split on what are we doing, what are we not doing, what are we going to change and not change. And some people are really resistant to that change, and reading these articles really kind of opened my eyes on some of that stuff because there's some people that just aren't willing to get on board, and it's really holding the school back, I feel. Going along with that whole process, our principal is retiring this year, and it's kind of been a slow process of maybe not wanting to do too much before the new principal comes in and things like that. So it just feels like our process is really slowed down. I put this quote up on my slide right here, and I feel like this really hits the nail on the head right here. When the winds of change blow, some people build walls and others build windmills. Let's head on into the content questions. Inclusive culture, what if it's already there and what if it isn't? Understand if it's not there, or sorry, if it is there, understand how that culture was established. Is anyone not on board yet? Is probably the majority are, since it's obviously working. How can we improve this process? What can we do better there? And who can we include in this process? And think about community members or other people in the building or family members or other students in other schools, all those type of things. And then where are we headed next? Don't be satisfied with where we're at, but where can we head now? If it's not there, number one priority, I feel, is establish a culture. You have to do that. There has to be some type of culture in that building. Otherwise, everybody's doing their own thing and heading 9 different directions, and it's not going to work. Everyone pulling in the same direction. What is best for our students? What's best for our kids? We need to have a culture in the building, and I want people outside of our building to understand what our culture is and what we're about. Our teachers, our students, our administrators, we need to be caring. We need to build relationships with our students, with everybody involved in our process and our mission and our vision. Communication is one thing that I feel like can help a ton in this process. Advocacy for students. I feel like it would start with myself as an administrator. What's my role and how do I make others better? How do I lead in this whole process? What can I do to make the entire school better? Number one would be empower the teachers and the staff. Lead by example. 1, establish a culture and have a vision and a mission, and those have to be clear. For everybody involved in our building, building relationships. That is the number one priority with adults and students. It isn't just about what you can teach them, but are you invested in those students? Those students know. Plans and strategies, communicate, dialogue, get input from other people. Don't put everything on yourself and don't feel like you have to make all the decisions. Let other people be involved. Make sure teachers and students understand what your culture is in the building. This sets up everybody for success. If everybody's on the same page, we can move in the same direction. Include students, include staff, adapt when necessary, modifying assignments and things like that to get everybody involved. It doesn't have to be one thing for everybody. You could have 5 different things going on in your classroom. Support staff is a huge thing. Like I said, include everybody. That includes that support staff to help you out, to help you modify things in your classroom and in your building as well. And we need to then communicate and just continue on with that communication with all of our staff members. If there are negative assumptions, how do we change that culture? Have a discussion. Dialogue, the communication stuff is very key. Show research, show data, collect that kind of stuff. What's working, what's not. Try new things. That seems to be a hot topic right now. Are we willing to try new things, or are we stuck with what we've always done? Adapt. If it's working, well, let's continue that and let's build off of that. If it's not, fix it and move on. Utilize teachers to their strengths. I feel too many times there's teachers with strengths and we're making them do things that they're not comfortable with. Let's find out what our strengths are for all of our teachers and let's build upon that for our students. What's best for our students is always a number one priority. Establishing a culture. Who are we in this building and what are we about? Those are my top things to get things changed. That was my introduction video. I look forward to learning from everybody in this class. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Thank you.